What brand name is actually 100% worth spending more for? Crayola. Rose art crayons have haunted me since I was a child. Till the day I pass. Rose art crayons are like trying to color with a candle. Wow, yes. Feelings to words. I'm a frugal bastard, but I swear by Dawn dish soap. It gets fleas off pets, grease off tools, soot off brick, oil out of clothes, and is a key ingredient in lots of homemade cleaners and garden chemical mixtures. To add to this, for any parents of newborns or babies still having blowout poops, hand washing those clothing items with Dawn and warm water will literally take the stain out and preserve the clothes. I always paid a little extra for a big lighter over the cheap transparent ones. They rarely break and they're more ergonomic. They also last forever. I've maybe managed to keep one long enough for it to become empty once or twice. Smoking will get you through dozens. Pilot G2 pens. Agree. My dad actually orders his with a .38 tip. He loves the flow, doesn't smudge as much. 0.38 are my favorite. I don't use anything else. As a lefty, Zebra F402 pens. Fine point, no smear, no pressing hard to get a clean line. Since I discovered them, I can't go back to other ballpoint pens. As another lefty, Uni Jetstream pens are the same, they dry instantly so no smearing, and they don't skip at all. Uniball Jetstream. Such a good pen. Also good for people who push their pens instead of pull them. KitchenAid stand mixer. I've had mine for over 10 years now. Use it at least once a week and takes a beating during Christmas time and it still works like a charm. On the contrast, my non-KitchenAid stand mixer broke in a week. Any paints. House paint, car, boat, trains, and planes. Usually the higher the cost, the better the paint. Love Sherwin-Williams Emerald products as house paint. Used to sell paint and I can confirm, always buy the premium brands, unless you want to spend all day painting the same walls 20 times. Customers always bought the cheapest paint we had and complained that they needed 5 to 10 coats to cover a wall. Former painter here. The hospital that I worked for would only purchase Glidden paint. I'm here to testify that you get what you pay for there, and preferably, it's Sherwin-Williams or Benjamin Moore. Faber-Castell. Faber-Castell colored pencils are some of the best out there, in every way. High-end outdoors gear, Arc'teryx, Patagonia, etc. Sometimes that extra bit of insulation or reduced weight can mean the difference between life and death. Had a tent buster pole while I was putting it together in the rain. If it hadn't been raining I could have made it with a lumpy tent, but with the rain I was screwed. I didn't die, but I did have to drive like 4 hours home wet and tired. Durability is a great point I didn't mention. Could have been a different story if wind ripped your tent apart halfway up a mountain. Ticonderoga pencils. I'll write a whole 10-page essay by hand with one of those babies. My engineering teacher did an entire lesson on why they are the best pencils ever made. I'd watch that lesson. Toyota for anyone who drives their car into the ground. Maybe not so much if you lease. Toyotas are freaking immortal. I'm not the best when it comes to maintenance on my car. Toyotas don't care. They're just fine. I almost always exclusively buy Toyota as I know I'm going to get my money's worth. Yup, Toyotas are so good that even terrorists use it regularly during battles and such. If it can soak bullets, it's good enough for me. This is not even a joke, BTW. Don't cheap out on appliances. I got a Bosch set for my washer/dryer, and so far they've outlasted 3 sets of my father-in-law's LGs, Samsungs, and another one I don't remember. People complain appliances don't last as long as they used to, and while I don't disagree, it's often because they buy the cheap models. Bosch are okay. I recently had to replace the heater/pump on a just out of warranty dishwasher, though. Now, Miele. They do last forever. Sold kitchen and laundry appliances. Miele is expensive. It's also price protected. Violate Miele's pricing loser. Brand, so shopping around is pointless. I liked it when I was selling for the price protection. It's nice for shoppers too. You know the price is the price. Bosch is okay. Most of it isn't made in Germany. Only the high-end and price protected models are. But if you're looking at high-end Bosch vs low-end meal, I'd go meal every day and twice on Sunday. Pyrex glass cookware in food storage containers. I've had cheaper things crack on me, lids break. But Pyrex lasts forever. There are two versions of Pyrex. If you get the old stuff it's awesome, the new crap is just branding. Not quite true. The borosilicate stuff, mostly older, was incredibly heat shock resistant. It can go from the freezer to a hot oven and be okay. The newest stuff can't do that. But the newer stuff is much more crack resistant, and if it does break, it breaks into much less dangerous shards. In all honesty, Tupperware. My mom has some Tupperware containers that are almost as old as me, and they are still in good condition. It's rare that I can find plastic containers that are even close in quality and durability. Are they those orange, yellow and pea green bowls with lids that fit tight enough a nuclear blast couldn't get them off? Also, everyone has the yellow pasta strainer. My mom bought that pea green strainer before I was born. I swiped it when she and my father divorced, never letting that bad boy go. Dawn dishwashing liquid. I haven't found anything else that works as well. Dawn is the tits. I bought budget once and never again. I had to use far too much to actually get clean dishes, so the bottle only lasted maybe a third of the time that the same size Dawn did. It's great for blood, sauce, and woman. 3-meter post-it notes. Making an adhesive strong enough to stop the notes curling up at the edge and falling off, but weak enough that you can remove and replace them at will, seems to be outside the skill set of every other company. When my daughter was a baby, I put a 3-meter post-it note on our door that said please don't ring doorbell. It lasted 6 years stuck to our front door in Alberta without ever falling off. I finally took it down last year when my younger son stopped napping. That's nuts. You should email them. They probably love to hear that. Smart Food white cheddar popcorn. I wind up eating the whole bag in one sitting, no matter what size I buy. I have found my people. Love that stuff. Bra. I never had one fit me properly until I was fitted at Nordstrom and then handed a $60 bra with a size I didn't know was even made, and it fit like a glove and was comfortable and it made my boobs look good. Don't leave us hanging. What's the brand? Great choice of words. Ziploc bags, frick them, store brands. If you're in Texas, try the H-E-B store brand freezer bags. They feel more sturdy and close better than Ziploc. How you beat me to it. I think lot of head brand products are superior to mainstream ones. Nice try, corporate. You'll never get a secret survey from me. Big Crayon is rolling out their army of ridicules. Dawn dish soap army is here too. Shimano Ultegra bicycle components. Work smoothly, reliable. Can't complain. Q-tips. I don't know what all the other brands and generics are doing, but I swear their cotton to stick ratio is always off. Too pokey or too soft. Can't be just me. The Q in tip stands for quality. All cotton swabs say you shouldn't use them in your ear for liability purposes. They all know that's pretty much their primary function. They are really good for cleaning tech though, especially with some rubbing alcohol. Carhartt socks. I'm super picky about my socks. If they are too tight, my feet sweat and get cold. If too loose, they bunch up in my shoes as I walk. Too thin and they're useless in winter. Too thick and they are too tight when I'm wearing shoes. Carhartt produces several socks that are perfect, especially for winter. Loose enough to let my feet breathe, not too thick to feel uncomfortable in my shoes, and no bunching as I walk. Have you ever tried Down Tough? They're from Vermont, and, funny enough, have a lifetime warranty. Came here to say this. I was introduced to Down Toughs by my boss when I started my new job this year, slowly replacing all my socks with them. Nipux hand tools. Milwaukee power tools. I've got a Milwaukee power ratchet. I've never used a tool so much. I call it Frank, like the hot sauce. I use that crap for everything. Kerrygold salted butter. Honestly, Gold absolutely ruined regular conventional American butter for me, forever. Can't pay me to go back. According to my wife, feminine products that aren't name brand either don't function well or are extremely uncomfortable. Having a more comfortable time during that part of the month is far superior to using uncomfortable products to make it twice as bad. Her words, not mine. To add, I'm 33 and been with my wife since we were in high school. I've purchased a lot of these products myself, even when I was first dating her. It's either being a paper or cardboard insert that is rough/uncomfortable, or the cotton is just not safe and doesn't stay together as it should, as a few have stated here as well. This is mostly from store or off brands at Fredmere, Kroger, as that's where we've always shopped, or the occasional Safeway trip. We don't have any Walmart or Costco's near us, so we have no idea how their brands are. Also, safety. Apologies for the TMI here, but a few years ago I used some cheaper tampons and didn't realize they were leaving bits of the fluff behind until towards the end of my period. Things seemed off down there, so I had a shower and a poke around and found loads of it stuck inside me. If that had gone unchecked much longer, it could have been very bad. TSS can kill. What? I did not know this could even happen. Sometimes I'll use the cheap brands they supply at work, but darling frick that. Thanks for the info. 3 meters. Their products are worth every penny compared to other brands and third-party sellers. Their tape alone is a complete world apart from everything else in the market. Worth it. I remember the first time I used 3 meters electrical tape instead of just getting the cheapest stuff the store had. The difference is absolutely unbelievable. Fiskars stuff, axes, shovels, hammers, but also scissors. Don't know if you realize, but Fiskars have a lifetime warranty. Go on their website, take a snap of the broken item, and send it to them. They will replace it, no questions asked. Some of their sewing scissors do break occasionally, and I've gotten replacements when they do. Yup, we've got a Fiskars shovel in my construction crew. Had it for 3 years. Finally broke it prying bricks out of a hole for a footer. Bossman took it to wherever he bought it, came back with a shiny new one. Their warranty is no joke. Lego. Till there is off-brand Lego, there are actually some good other brands out there. Crossing Bayo, Kada, Kobe, Blue Bricks. Especially in the German-speaking region, there are some people avoiding Lego because the quality declined, and some shady business decisions like suing competitors for no reason, or suing the biggest German Lego YouTuber, Helderstein, for his logo, and making content about other brands. OFC, it's a bit more complicated than that. Herman Miller. My chair from them saved my back over quarantine. Understated here for anyone who spends time in a chair. Most people say buy a good mattress because you spend so much time on one, but forget they sit for just as long at work. A good chair will save your back. Herman, Zodi, steel case, etc. One note, it's not for everyone, and a good office space chair might also work. Just don't cheap out on a $50 chair. Mattress, office chair, shoes, tires, anything that separates you from the ground for long periods of time, don't skimp on. Meal vacuums. Used to buy a new vacuum cleaner every year and a half. Bought one meal, and it's still going strong after 12 years. I don't care if it was 4 times as expensive to purchase. The cost per year for the meal is actually lower, so you get better mealage. Acme brand dynamite. Fully agree. Always detonates at the right moment for maximum dramatic and comedic effect. When it comes to headphones, old mate Sennheiser is a strong contender. A $50 pair of cans I bought from them sounds like a $120 pair of cans and last just as long. The further up the price rungs you go, the less total dominance they have, but they are still very good. I love Sennheiser. I'm a little troubled that they've merged/will merge with Epis, but still my Sennheiser/Epis GSP 500s are damn good. I just hope their legacy of kickassery is maintained. They aren't merging with Epis. Epis is who took care of their gaming division. Sennheiser sold their consumer division to some hearing aid company, and Sennheiser will continue to make professional equipment. From what I understand, Sennheiser never really made any money in the consumer market and wanted out. It's a strange situation. Duluth Trading Company, especially for underwear. There was a half off sale a while back, and I got enough that I never have to wear other brands. Spoke like my dad. He has so much DTC, and it's an easy go-to gift for any occasion. ARCSO. Kitchen utensils, housewares in general, their stuff is so intuitively made and well designed, and just looks great to boot. If they make a version of anything I need, I will always choose their brand over anyone else's. Funny, the one thing I bought from them, a drain filter, was a huge disappointment. Very ineffective. Then I moved. It turns out not all drains were shaped for it, but it has indeed lasted and worked on the subsequent drains. Michelin high performance tires, long lasting tread, quite excellent traction. Michelin sure has their stuff sorted out when it comes to performance tires. This advice extends to most top tier tire manufacturers. When it comes to tires for your daily, they're the only thing between you and the ground. Make sure you get the best that you can reasonably afford. Generally I've had great results from Michelin, Continental, and Bridgestone. Cooper if you're on a budget. Continental sub-brand General also makes quality tires at a reasonable price. Q-tip. I was out of them and happened to see a box of generic cotton swabs at a dollar store, so I bought them. A 500 pack. They were covered in a whisper of actual cotton, hurt, bent in half, once inserted mid-ear, and we suffered through about 40 of them before the husband growled and threw them away. We are a loyal tip brand only family now. Update. I will stick whatever I want in whatever hole I want, so save your medical advice. I've been drilling my ears since the 70s and don't need anyone warning me of crap. Now get off my lawn. Well, you're not supposed to stick them in your ear, but I'm pretty sure the unspoken law is that you do stick them in your ear. Kitchenware. That crap is damn near indestructible, and bonus it's been around for forever, so you often find it super cheap at thrift shops. Kirkland Signature, head to toe. One exception. Their Kirkland's green tea, the pre-made knockoff of Lipton, is complete ass. I lived in Japan for years, and the Kirkland green tea is the only affordable tea brand I've found in America that tastes like the real thing. 99% of green tea in this country isn't really green tea. That could be why you don't like it. You're just not used to the way it's supposed to taste. Red Wing work boots. I only buy their upper level boots and have never regretted the purchase. I started with other brands and once I hit Red Wings I was done. Carhartt. I've always said, in a zombie apocalypse, the best clothing to wear would be a Carhartt jumpsuit. Angry dogs can't bite through it. There'd be no chance in hell a rotting human could. TBH, I don't know of a human that could bite through any type of denim. Spotify Premium. Almost all the music I need, all in one place across all devices. Best subscription easily. And if you are a student it's only $5 a month and Hulu is thrown in for free. Patagonia, hands down. Their items are made to last a lifetime and are quality. I also really like Pact. They carry various clothing items made from organic cotton that are super comfortable and well worth spending more for. Wreck the underwear and socks. I have a Patagonia Polipro base layer shirt that I bought for working in the Arctic in 1988. Have worn it probably close to 4,000 days and still going strong. It's basically my security blanket. Leaves a big blue lint ball in my navel every time, so it's basically bloody magic that it isn't worn away completely yet. Vitamix blenders. I've had mine for years and it still blends like it is brand new. Sennheiser headphones. Be aware that Sennheiser sold its entire consumer division to an investment firm this year. Their product quality might change drastically within the next months. If by investment firm you mean a Swiss hearing aid company, okay, I don't see a particular reason to be concerned. Charmin Ultra Soft. Ultra Strong is best. Hard agree. Ultra Soft doesn't wipe up as well as Ultra Strong. Zajirashi rice cooker. Bounty paper towels. I'm a big fan of Viva paper towels. There is no paper towel that comes close to Viva. Makita. Never let me down. The Navy regularly uses a Makita 1/4 hex drive brushless torque capable power driver for aircraft maintenance, and in over a decade of working around these things I have never seen one so much as crack. It makes the snap-on tools we use look like cheap disposable tools in comparison. Le Creuset Dutch oven. Looks, performance, durability should last you a lifetime if you look after it. No kiddin'? We got a Lodge one a few years back instead of the Le Creuset because the price difference was outrageous. We've been doing great with the Lodge one so far. We use it a ton too. So I'm of the mind that the Le Creuset is actually not worth it. But this is an anecdote. This is not evidence. I haven't owned both. Just my opinion. I have a Lodge and a Le Creuset. Functionally they are not that different. The enamel on the Lodge has chipped in a few places. The Le Creuset has not. For cars, Toyota or Honda, they just last forever, and maintenance on them, at least my 07 Toyota, is super easy and cheap compared to other brands. I'm assuming the new ones are still like that. I also have to add in the Citizen brand for watches. While Citizen makes all sorts of pretty damn good Swiss style lathes I might add, their watches are seriously top notch for the price. Most are eco drives powered by sunlight and an atomic version of their watches start at like $500. You can find certain eco drives for $100 on Amazon. I own a few of their watches, one being 10 years old. Have never had to reset the time on it. It's perpetual and still holds time perfectly. Paid $180 for it. The 2015 Honda CR-V sells itself. That's why it's this year's Motor Transport Utility of the Year. Britta Perry. Gonna be an obscure choice, but GoPro. I've been racing stock cars for 5 years. Some of my cameras have survived violent crashes or being pelted by debris at excessive speeds. Not only have the cameras taken a beating, but the clamps/mounts used to secure the camera to the outside of the car have never failed. The cameras work as good today as they did when I first bought them, even though they are beat to crap. Anyone who has bought onboard cams from cheaper brands almost unanimously report crap battery life or the camera failing after a minor crash. I'm convinced these things could survive nuclear war. Heh, funny you should say that, because I broke 2 sets of GoPro mountings while racing speed down as a kid, which is definitely slower and most likely less violent than stock cars. Still love the camera, but they are nowhere near immortal. Philadelphia cream cheese. My wife bought store brand Neufchâtel cheese and told me it was just as good but much healthier. She lied. She lied hard. KitchenAid. All other stand mixers suck in comparison. Dawn dish soap. You use a little dab and you are good. A small bottle lasts longer than the family size crap brand. My roommate already had a big jug of crap soap and I got my own Dawn. I told her trust me, try this, you never go back. Also the only expensive clothes I get are Polo Ralph Lauren. Comfortable, looks good on my, lasts long. Worth it to me. Patagonia is a company I really admire for their ethical and sustainable practices. Olaplex. I use the shampoo and conditioner. It's expensive but I don't use it every day. It's one of the very few expensive hair care brands that I honestly think is worth the money. As a teacher, Expo whiteboard markers. Veronica Foods certified and tested extra virgin olive oils and vinegars. There is so much fraud when it comes to olive oil, it's actually sickening. I will always spend the money for real first press, cold pressed olive oil. A lot of olive oil sold in grocery stores are made with canola, soybean or vegetable oil with marmade 3% of if you're lucky. Sometimes even nut and seed oils, which has caused people to go into anaphylactic shock. But because there is no regulation in the US when it comes to olive oil, they can literally label it whatever they want, such as first press, cold pressed, extra virgin olive oil made in Italy, when it's actually pressed multiple times with heat and chemicals in another country, shipped to Italy, where they will mix it with a different type of oil in a big ass vat machine, where it will then sit on a shipping boat for who knows how long, so by the time it finally reaches your store, it's expired or damn near expired, and it's not even real. Shivers in disgust. I carefully read the labels when buying olive and other oils to try to avoid this, but are you saying that even the labels are just lying about the composition? Exported olive oils are targeted by the mafia in Europe, and they illegally replace real olive oil with the fake stuff. It brings them much more money than whatever they end up getting fined, plus there's barely any enforcement for it, especially in the US. Californian olive oils are generally real most of the time, if you can find them. Anchor cables. They're super resilient, and they just work. Plus they've got a lifetime warranty. I've personally called them about a cable that stopped working and they sent me a free replacement. They have a surprisingly good Bluetooth speaker brand under the main company called Soundcore. They're moderately priced and sound good. I love them. A Swiss Army knife. Use that baby everywhere. That's not a brand. The brand is Victorinox and formerly Wenger. This will get downvoted, but I bought my MacBook Pro in 2010 and it is still running fine. Before that I was going through Toshiba and HP laptops every 2-3 years. In my case the MacBook has been the cheapest laptop I've ever had. MacBooks are top-notch build quality. That being said, I did a stint doing general laptop / computer repair / cleanup right of college in the early 2010s, and I have to say that low-end HP, basically anything that at the time, cost less than around $800, and all Toshiba laptops were the absolute worst of the worst that I worked on in terms of quality. And it wasn't even close. All clad pots and pans, frick that Teflon garbage, stainless all the way. Pretty much anything made in America, Japan, or Germany is going to be better quality than all the Chinese crap being sold on Amazon. Everything from kitchen knives to cars. Of course you'll pay a premium, since they aren't made with slave labor. Idaho potatoes. Moto G series phones. They're cheap and awesome. Honestly, the camera was good, the phone was water resistant and performance was awesome.